the School Food Service Director.
And we are going to go through the Spring Family Fitness Fest fajita recipe for our fresh box. We have started by already washing our hands, and we have already washed our vegetables. You should make sure to do the same.
If you need a refreshing course on how to do that, please watch our first video when we showed you how to make vegetarian lasagna. There we showed you how to properly wash your hands, how to properly wash your veggies, and more. So go back to that if you need any reminders. The recipe for your sheet pan fajitas, and it's going to be in your box of ingredients when you pick it up. It's also going to be on the website. And in it, we started with some really simple ingredients. We have an onion, we have peppers, and we have mushrooms that Liz is wiping down. But we've also, at the very end of the recipe, did optional ingredients. And so today, we're also going to add to ours some broccoli, which we really like it, some fresh spinach, which because we like it. We're going to add sour cream and cheese. But again, these are, fajitas should be what you like for vegetables. So there's a basic recipe, and then add to it whatever you like. You also could add chicken if you like chicken. We've added that on the recipe. You could do tofu, black beans, salsa, jalapenos, cilantro. So whatever you like is what fajitas is all about. Fajitas is actually the seasoning. That's what makes it fajitas versus just stir-fried vegetables rolled in a wrap. Everybody kind of likes an onion a certain way. Some people like it sliced, some people like it diced, depending on what you're doing. We want to cut this a little bit thicker because we're going to sheet pan them. Always cut on a flat surface, which is what we talked about in our last video. I'm turning my onion so it's flat. Okay, and then we have some nice size onions. Oops, can you stop me? Oh, I got to put my bowl, sorry. I'm going to throw them into my bowl. Now we're going to slice some peppers. I personally am not a fan of green. I love yellow, red, and orange, and I think they're very colorful. So that's what we're going to add to our fajita mixture. Cut off the top, cut off the bottom. You stand it up flat, you cut off an edge, and you always cut away from you. Roll, and you have your seeds in one mixture, and you have this nice skin and flesh of a pepper. Never waste your tops or your bottoms because those are good parts of the meat as well. So I'll do one more this way. Cut your top, cut your bottom, stand it flat, cut an edge, roll away from you. You get the white fiber part that's not as good on the pepper. And you got your little seed pod right there. And we're gonna slice your peppers down. Those are the ends, so I don't want to waste them. Hold flat. My fingers are bent away from my knife. And cut your peppers down. Again, don't waste any of these good parts of your peppers. Now it's going to all go in my compost bucket, which is just my sink right now, but the bucket's not in there. Get a little crinkly, they get a little soft. The sharper your knife, the better you are. A dull knife causes injuries, not a sharp knife. And that's because you're pushing too hard on a dull knife. A sharp knife just slices straight through your peppers. And these are all going to go into my bowl. Always scrape at the back of your knife so you don't dull your edge.
So I'm prepping mushrooms, and ideally you don't want to wash the mushrooms. You want to use a rag that's nice and clean to brush off the dirt. So that's what I'm doing. I'm brushing off the dirt, not washing them because they would soak in too much water. The things that I'm looking out for in the mushrooms, I don't want to see any super dark, soft spots. And for our mushrooms today, we are going to leave the ends on. They look fine, and they'll be fine in a saute. We don't have to cut off the ends.
Already cut. Mushrooms cook way faster than an onion and pepper. So I'm going to leave them a little bit thicker. I'm either going to cut them right in half or just in a third so that they will still have a little bulk to them after they cook. Otherwise, they're going to turn to mush, and my other veggies are going to be nice and crisp. You know,
So it is really hard to zest a lime unless you have a microwave. microplane. If you don't have a microplane, you could try using a knife, but I'm just getting the very surface of the skin. Only the surface. I don't want the white pith underneath because that is very bitter. And I'm just carefully scuffing off a little bit of the surface each time, kind of. Then before I juice the lime, I'm gonna roll it to break down some of the cells inside and make it a little juicier. And yeah, I'm pressing pretty hard. Then I'm going to cut it in half. And Maureen has just suggested I squeeze it through my hand to catch the seeds. Okay. So this is new for me. And we're just trying to catch the lime seeds.
And her clean hands.
And yeah, my hands are super clean. And I might not be as great at this as Maureen O'Neill, but I'm gonna do it. Okay.
Alright, beautiful.
I didn't even find any seeds. Oh well.
There's no seeds in that one.
Maybe not.
There you go.
So there we go. That's how we.
A couple teaspoons it was of a fajita seasoning that we gave you the recipes how to make it. Toss them on the dry ingredients a little, and then we're gonna put in olive oil. Just enough to wet your veggies. That's it. So now we're gonna put our veggies into our sheet pan. Our oven is already preheated to 375 degrees, I think is what we said. 400 degrees, sorry, 400 degrees. I spray my pans, it just makes cleanup a little bit easier, even though we have olive oil on our veggies. Isn't that look awesome, you guys?
Beautiful.
Beautiful. All right, then we're gonna put it in the oven. We're gonna put it in our preheated 400 degree oven. Set our timer for maybe like 13 minutes just to stir it up a little, shake it up. And then do it to, it says 20 minutes in the instructions, but really you should do it to how you like your veggies. If you like them a little more tender, go 25 minutes. If you like them a little crisper, maybe only 15 minutes. And then earlier today, this is what we had when we took them out of the oven. I personally really like broccoli, so I roasted up broccoli too, that we can add when we make our fajita.
All right, so we have our finished roasted vegetables, and assembly can be really just as simple as scooping them up and then adding the other toppings you want. So I'm just gonna try to scoop them up with my clean hands, okay, and get a little bit of all of it. Try not to overstuff. I'm gonna add just a tiny bit of spinach to mine too. You can add black beans. That's too much spinach. You could add black beans that you saute up in a skillet. You could add cheese. You could add ground beef that you pre-cook. Okay, any of those things could be added at this point. And I'm going to put just a little bit of sour cream. Okay. And it's as simple as spreading that around and then rolling it up. So, finished product. Oh, come on. Finished product. We need to roll up. There it is.